There's a dealer that's been involved in the coin and precious metals industry for quite some time, comes from Florida, and he recently purchased the Walton specimen of the 1913 nickel. With me is Larry Lee, who tells us a little bit about how he got involved in numismatics.
I'm just getting started. This is my 41st year at it. I actually got started in the coin business because of the silver business. In 1967, when I graduated from high school, I went to work immediately in a grocery store. Silver was disappearing from circulation, so I accumulated all that I could on my $45 a week salary. And then I found a person that in a nearby town who wanted to accumulate lots of silver, so I started selling him the silver. One day, in one of his stores, I found a copy of Coin World newspaper. I bought one to take to the dorm to have something to read that week, and when I got over to the back, lo and behold, there are all these pages of people buying these items. A lot of these items that they were offering money for, I had been turning over to this gentleman as bullion. So I started sending off small packages, wondering what would happen if I would ever see my money or the coins again. And the next thing you know, checks started to dribble in. And I said, hey, I like this. This is fun. And basically, after that, I become addicted. And for the last 41 years, that's pretty much all I've done. I eat, sleep, and drink coins, and I love it. And it's been very good to me. So,
are there any people that stand out when you were learning and growing that you want to share a story about?
Well, of course, the person, my mentor in this business, is someone that most people in the business would never remember. I actually only knew the man for 5 years, but he made it possible for me to be in the business, and he introduced me to everybody in the coin business who was anybody. But he was a very eccentric millionaire that happened to come live in Panama City at the time, had plenty of money, and he made it possible for me to be in the business. His name was Harold Verdon. He was a native of Pennsylvania. He lived in Pittsburgh, but he had moved to Panama City and was living on a boat at the time I met him, and he just took me under his wing and made it possible for me to be in business. He was the biggest single reason that I'm in the business, no doubt about it.
You recently were involved in the purchase of the 1913 nickel. Why did you buy that coin?
I've been asking myself that question. No, actually, I love the coin. I've always aspired to own something like that, never dreamed that I would ever be able to. A good friend of mine, Jeff Garrett, happened to be at the sale and called me and asked me if I didn't think it was time I bought a 1913 V-nickel. And to be honest, I decided I would rather have the money in that nickel than in the bank. I'm not particularly fond of having a large amount of money in the bank today. I trust the nickel more than I trust the bank. Jeff wanted to own 10% of the coin just because he had been intimately involved in it since he was one of the people to originally certify the coin as being genuine. When they had all 5 nickels together in Baltimore, Jeff was one of the main people involved in that whole thing. So he just wanted to have a piece of it so he could say he was still a part of it. So Jeff bought 10% of it and I bought 90%, and I'm very pleased so far.
What are you going to do with it?
I think it's probably a 3 to 5 year hold item for me. The last of those nickels that sold for $5 million. I really think that this is reputed to be the most famous American coin in existence. It has received more publicity, it's been more exposure than any other U.S. coin. I think the thing to do is to put it away for another 3 or 4 years, give it opportunity for people to miss it again, and then we'll come out and see if there's any interest. I don't have any immediate plans for it except to use it as a promotional item, and believe it or not, it's an extremely strong promotional item even when you're not advertising it. People know, people have heard through the media, and we've had people travel for up to 200 miles to my store just to see the nickel without us yet promoting it. It is our intention to do some promotions with it, but we're having a custom showcase built for it, and it's not quite completed yet. As soon as it is, we'll be doing some promotions with it.
What's your favorite area of the market? What do you enjoy the most?
Wow. You know, a dealer sitting in front of my table yesterday said I was the only person that he knew that would look at and buy $15 coins and then turn around and buy a $3 million coin. So that kind of sums it up for me. I really don't care what it is. If it's a rare coin, if it's round and has a date on it, I'm interested. I like to look at them. I like to buy them. I like to trade them. I think the deal is the thing. I think that's probably doing business, and being active is the most important part of it for me. I like all coins. Obviously, some I like better than others, but one day I like one better than the other, and then the next day I change. I love nickels, but on the other hand, another day I love Mercury dimes or walking Liberty halves. And of course, gold coins are always a favorite.
And how do you counsel someone to get started in the coin and precious metals?
Very slowly. Very slowly. Don't run out and spend your money on expensive items when you really don't know. Buy the book. Buy the book before you buy the coin. Learn something about what you're doing. There are no Santa Clauses in the rare coin business. Don't look for them. If you're looking to buy something for nothing, the best thing to do is keep your money in your pocket.
And when it's all said and done, how would you like to be remembered in this trade?
Oh, as someone who worked very hard to achieve what he set out to do, and I certainly have achieved everything thus far that I have. Every goal that I've set for myself, I've met. So that's enough for me.
What's coming down the pike? What's your next goal?
Well, I wouldn't mind having another marquee type coin. There are several that I have been thinking about, and I don't want to mention them because if I did, the price is going to go up all of a sudden. But there are several other marquee type coins that I have an interest in, and I think that it's a smart thing to move money around and get it out of financial instruments denominated in dollar bills and put it into something that has a lasting value. And I think rare coins do have a lasting value.